Like many others, my angling career started early as a kid, bobber fishing the local ponds for small roach and mirror carp. I have such fond memories of those young summers spent by the pond, and this passion carried on through my life, progressing with my knowledge and ability. That was until last year, just after one of my most successful summers catching all sorts of freshwater and marine fish. I fell out of love with the hobby and started focusing more on progression into my adult life, obtaining a job shortly after completing my degree. But after a cold winter, an idea started growing in my head to get back out on the river and bob a fish with the lightest gear, just like the good old days.
And this is the beautiful section of river that I'm going to be fishing today. This high river caught me a little bit off guard and I came really underprepared, so I've had to wade through a lot of the water which is covering paths that used to run across the riverbank. But that's not going to stop us from getting our lines out today and hopefully hooking into a few small river fish. I'm keen to fish this area because I've never fished it before. Probably went about 2 feet up to my knee earlier, but I haven't got wet so far, so fingers crossed that stays the same.
So with this high river, I think it's best to fish these eddies which are created by fallen debris and trees at the sides of the river and in the bends. I think that's where the fish will be most likely to be hanging out, so we'll give it a go there.
Just a simple little float with a couple of maggots on the end. So what I'm doing is I'm just casting into the eddy, letting the float naturally move around the eddy with its rips and curls. When it finally reaches a place where it looks like it's either caught or snagged up after a little while, I'll pull it out and recast. I think I might need to be a little bit deeper. I can tell this river, when it's not flooded, is already about 5 foot, 6 foot at the edge here. And I can imagine with this extra bit of flood, it's probably 10 or 11 feet straight down, and I'm only casting at about 2 foot down with that maggot. Just let it run down that eddy. You can just let a little bit more line out if it's going a little bit further than your initial cast. There is quite a lot of current pushing through this little bit. I'm not getting very long sat in the eddy before being dragged elsewhere. It's kind of nice not having shoes on though. I can almost just go wherever I want. Oh, fish on! Fish on! Oh, maybe a snag. Yeah, we're on a snag. That really felt like a fish to begin with there. Thought I could feel that pulling back on me. Not surprised that there is a couple snags around here. Got me all excited for a second there. I think we'll do a few more casts at this spot and then move around. Kind of promising start. My float acted the way I thought it would in these eddies. So yeah, I think we got a decent chance of catching today. Just not maybe in that spot. So although this flood is a little bit annoying for my feet and the fishing, it's actually made a really beautiful wetland landscape. This bit is usually not covered in water, and this is actually quite amazing to see. All of these plants submerged. And it's really beautiful out here. So many new little streams that have been created. So you can see this section of water is a lot more calm. I feel like it's just a little bit better for the bobber to sit out there. It's also got this overhanging tree here,
which is quite good cover for the fish. So far it would appear that nothing that likes to eat maggots is living in here, which is unbelievable. I'm kind of thinking it's something to do with the actual clarity of the water. It's super silty. So my float is currently out at the moment, just down there, just in front of these trees here, in a little eddy. Seems to be getting any bites at all. I thought I would have had a nibble or two by now, so we might have to move spots. I'll give it a few more casts here, maybe 10 more minutes, but if there's no luck then yeah, we'll move along. I think what I'm going to do now is just relocate spots, go a little bit further back down. So back to dry land. We didn't catch anything down there. I am going to try a couple more spots down this river. I will try another spot today, either a canal or a small pond. I know we'll try a few maggots down there and see if we can catch anything. Okay, well I've given it about 2 hours at this spot. I've fished all up and down the little bit of the river I was planning to fish and I didn't even get a bite, I don't think. So it's just started raining and that's a pretty good sign that it's time to move on. I'm going to go to the canal or a pond, another bit of float fishing down there. It's been a couple of hours since I was down at the last river. Although I have fished this canal as well, I haven't ever fished this spot. We're just going to be fishing right here in front of us. And I've just realised I've got to make it quick because my battery is running out on my camera, so we'll try and grab a fish out of here if there is any, and hopefully have a bit more luck than at the last place. Got a really big bite there. I'm wondering if it took my maggot. I'm fishing on a really small barbless hook and the maggots slip off really easily. I think that one might have taken it.
get it out to that middle spot again where I had the bite. Didn't think it would be this hard, to be honest. Yeah, stubborn today. Fish on. Finally. I thought it wasn't going to happen today. It's only a tiddler, so we can just get him out of the water here. Wet my hands before holding him. Just quickly show him to the camera. Lovely little roach. There we go, barbless hook, super easy to get out. Wet my hands so we don't get his slime coat off, and off he swims. So relieved we got one, honestly. Woo! Probably 3 or 4 hours fishing, working up and down the river and then coming to the canal. Probably fishing here for 20 or 30 minutes so far, and I thought it wasn't going to happen. But I was rewarded, and I was also rewarded with an awesome adventure and a lovely day out on the river and canal, so that's all you can really ask for in the end. Thinking I might try for 1 or 2 more. We'll give it 10 or 20 more minutes and then I can go home satisfied. Got to say, that was awesome. Well, that was such a small fish, just seeing that float finally go down. And to get the fish out and back into the water, that's what we've been aiming to do all day. Perfectly in the little spot I was going for there. Good sign. There we go. You can just tell the perfect little spots with the presentation, where there's not too many reeds for that maggot to get caught up in. There's another tiny little roach. Put this little guy back. Give them a little bit of time to get their breath and swim away. Off he goes. Beautiful little fish. I think I'm going to call it end to the day there. It's a beautiful day fishing, only 2 little roach to show for it, but really, if you come out and catch something, it's a successful day. Being out in nature with beautiful weather. Can't really complain, to be honest. Thank you guys for watching this fishing episode, my first ever one. Really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, like and subscribe. There'll be more to come in the future. I'm just getting back into this hobby, and we've started out with a little bit of float fishing. And hopefully next time we'll focus more on the lure fishing on the canal and aim for some small pike or perch. So yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great day.